This is an appreciation message from Julian Redemeyer. Good morning, Team Samuel. Hope you guys are doing well. This morning, I just want to say thank you for making a direct child of Silverflesh available to me. I am really short of words this morning. It is a privilege to own this special bird. I just want to say to Team Samuel and Mr. Samuel, thank you. I really appreciate it and your kindness. And I know the offspring of this bird will do very well. To Team Samuel, all the blessings for the future. I salute you. The Van Giel hen also for Boy van Rooyen is in super condition. Really a nice and super hen.
Yes, as we have seen the testimonial, the words of great of appreciation from Mr. Julian. Yes, Mr. Julian, we are happy as Samuel Lofts to always provide your top genetics to the fanciers so that everyone can be on the level playing field. But I think that it's important, fanciers as well, especially you beginners and others, though Samuel Lofts always tries to give top genetics that we did not pick from the streets, but invested a lot of money in them, that sometimes fanciers, they argue the issue of putting too much value in pigeons. At Samuel Lofts, we are not greedy. Hence, we try to make these birds accessible, but still at a price. Because I personally am against greediness, but I'm personally encourage putting value in pigeons. And so if we don't put value in pigeons, I once argued this, I think, in Cape Town. If we don't put value in pigeons, what's going to happen to the sport? It's always just going to be remain a useless sport and a very expensive hobby. Because expenses will be there, be it the expense is on the pigeon, or the expense is on everything else. It's not just on the pigeon. You have to feed the pigeons. It's expensive. It's pet shops. It all goes back to agriculture. Agriculture is not cheap anymore. You have to medicate your pigeons sometimes, especially during the racing season. Must give vitamins like human beings and athletes, condition your pet. So you have to build your loft, which again does not come cheap. So if we don't put value to pigeons, as I'm saying, we are going to run a very expensive hobby where at the end of the day, you have to pop up all these other expenses, yet the bird itself has no value, and it's just going to be an expensive hobby, as it was many, many years ago. So others have worked hard to put value to pigeons, and I think that's good, because especially you beginners, think of somebody knocking at your door, and it does happen. You know, when we talk knocking at the door, sometimes not literally, can be you get a call, Facebook, whatever, and somebody says, I'm offering you 1 million, 500,000, 200,000, 100,000, 50,000, 20,000 for your pigeon that has been winning, or your breeders that have been performing well. And we all know that has happened. People will come and say, I'm willing to pay this amount of money for your pigeon. And all your hard work has now paid off. Your pigeon is valued at good value, and the amount can help you to go a very long way in your life in this economy. So putting good value into pigeons is something I personally support, and I think it's good. And again, in life, we're not equal in society. That's the truth of the matter. But here's the good thing about pigeons. No matter how expensive it is, no matter you have all your Messis and Ronaldos inside your loft, all your top birds, does not guarantee you winning each and every race. And that's a good part about racing pigeon. It's a sport, but it's a sport out of nature, and nature is unpredictable. You know, we all know we race in clubs, we might be racing with all your modern pigeons, very expensive, and you have the old people who are racing with the old bloodlines on Saturday, and sometimes they just beat you. You take the hiding sometimes. One loft race is still the same. So its chances are, with all your modern pigeons and all your top genetics, yes, your chances are in a very good position, but just chances, no guarantees in the racing pigeon world. So nobody can feel discouraged. We all have a chance in the racing sport. It's all about breeding. It's not only about pedigree, but also it's about not only about pedigree and genetics, also about the specific pigeon. Sometimes a pigeon outshines itself within a very high genetic pigeon, family with a very bit lower genetic, middle genetic, but a pigeon can come up and outshine as a racer, sometimes as a breeder. So pigeons themselves, like human beings, you can come from a very good background, but destroy your life. You can come from a very bad background, but uplift your life and start a good generation from there on. So this is what has made the sport to be where it is, and this is what has made the sport exciting. We all go on Saturday to basket pigeons, and we all believe that on Saturday we are going to win the club, we're going to win the fed, we'll do well, we'll win the points. All of us, the ones with expensive birds, top genetics, the ones with old genetics, whatever you want to call it, we all have that. We enter our pigeons in one loft race, and we all believe that I'm going to win that race. And that's the spirit in the racing world. But having said all of that, we are grateful for your message, Julian, and thank you for trusting Samuel Lofts. Yeah, so let's just go to the bird bought by Julian, the fancier, very, very top genetic pigeon. So the bird is ZA24 URF 7013. So this bird's mother is silverflash. We all know silverflash is the first at carnival by 1 hour 40 minutes, and only two birds back on the day. Only two birds back on the day, and was also first ace bird by about 200 meters, entered by Samuel Lofts, bred by Stratus Lofts. And this bird is a descendant of the lines that perform very well in hot weather. And we all know South African races are mostly hot and with strong headwinds as well. Strong headwinds. You know, they include your super pair, Leonardo 7, Tinkerbell, Dijkstra, very high rate. It's a South African $1 million by Jimmy Brands and Musu. The mother, Silverflash, of this bird bought by Julian is also a grandmother to ZA23 GPU 9438, which is fourth final Dino King 2024 season, which we, Samuel Lofts, have brought the bird back. So yeah, it's a super pigeon. And also, this bird is also a direct brother to ZA22 MPHU 234, first club, 10th Union, Beaufort West, 418 kilometers at Alpha Pigeon Club, where we are racing in Cape Town. And is also direct brother to ZA 22 TRPF 556, second club at 280 kilometers, where we are racing here in Johannesburg, Samuel Lofts Unitas Club. And is also a direct brother to ZA 23, Samuel Lofts 39, which our bid was about 110th out of 1,581 bids in the final, 530 kilometers, winning prize money at Thailand Masters One Loft race in the 2023 season, all recent. So these are just a few references to this super pigeon that Mr. Julian have bought, and as I'm saying, at a very low fraction of price. Samuel Lofts, we hold top genetics. Top genetics. So well done to you, Julian. May you prosper and succeed through your purchase. Samuel Lofts, breeding start.